Hello and welcome to this special election broadcast. We are broadcasting live from the Milandar canteen. This is inside the Jadavpur University campus in Kolkata. And it's very, very important to understand while there is a full-blown electoral war broken out between the various stakeholders, what do the youth feel? What is the buzz in the campus? So, for the campus fables, we are right here. You can see right here a whole host of students who are gathered, and we have some usual suspects, people you spot on the television screen are also with us in the mix, perhaps trying to look young. Maybe they are young. Let me start introducing them one by one. Writer and activist Saira Shah Halim is right here. Thank you very much for joining us. Riju Datta of the Trinamool Congress is with us. Quite a youth leader himself, right? We have Tausif Khan also. He is an activist. Views lean towards the TMC. Thank you very much. Shikha Mukherjee, noted senior journalist, is now with us. And we also have Anirban, is a political analyst. Views lean towards the Trinamool Congress. And of course, the many students that you see right here, will be going across to them one by one to get in their view, what they feel about these elections. Let's start with the people you are quite familiar seeing on television. Saira Shah Halim, the buzz on the ground, right? Now a lot is being said that here was a bastion of the left which has been decimated was decimated by the TMC and now has been decimated 2 times over because you are eliminated from the contest. The contest is now BJP versus TMC.
Sure. Thank you, Sanket. The thing is that left has always been an ideological think tanks of the central parties, not the BJP of course, of Congress and of course of the left. Now Bengal and Kerala are people who are educated, they are literate, they are thought leaders, they're writers, they're intellectuals, so of course they will veer towards the left. Now there has been an anti-incumbency wave from 2011, I agree, because if any party has been in power for 30-35 years and people want to see a change, because what happens over time, the leaders become a little complacent, and that happens with all political parties. So we've seen 10 years of Mamata Banerjee's rule. She's a tall leader, everybody respects her, I respect her personally. But what has happened in the 10 years of Mamata Banerjee's rule, there's been a lot of corruption charges, there have been charges of Mamata's leaders who run a syndicate. So what is happening is this has given a rise to a right-wing parties in Bengal.
Earlier, so Mamata Banerjee is responsible for the rise of the right in West Bengal.
Yes, yes. Okay. So if you see that till 2011, BJP did not even have a single seat, in the parliament. So tell me now, you compare the 2019 seats, 18 seats, this is unprecedented compared to a political party that did not have any favor here with the people. So it is, if you look at even the TMC lot, they all are jumping shift, banned baggage, they are moving on to the BJP. Why is it so? It's because they are scared of the central investigative agencies. That is what the allegation is. So to evade the central investigative agencies, they are jumping ship to the BJP.
Sure. I'm going to have to give a right to reply to the TMC because the allegation that has been made over here is that you are responsible for the rise of the BJP. It's unfortunate that we don't have a BJP spokesperson. It's not like we did not invite them, but perhaps for some reasons they did not show up. But the accusation is that your policies and you are responsible for a situation where the BJP is rising. However, I don't know why a political entity rising should be a problem, Saira. I'll come back to you in just a short moment, but how would you respond to it?
First of all, good evening, Sanket, and I just want to say that if you see our vote share percentages from 2016, 2018, 2019 and even now, as per the opinion polls, we have always hung on to our vote share percentage of 43% and above. Whereas the CPM and the Congress have lost their vote share percentage in the 2019 general elections and they have come down together up to 11%. So the old balm that was there has now become the new ram and they have gone into the BJP. So I think even though people are completely right.
Yours is a counter allegation that it's because of the left's weakness that the BJP. Okay.
It's based on facts and figures.
And see, in 2019, your vote share increased marginally, whereas the BJP's vote share increased drastically. How would you explain that?
Because before the advent of BJP in Bengal politics was very Saaf-Suthra politics. But they have come with their Ram Rahim politics, and they have now come with their caste politics. So they have completely, dirtied the water of politics. They have lost all sort of political cuts.
You realize the same allegation can be leveled against the TMC also. That's exactly what the BJP is saying. Yours is a appeasement politics.
BJP has to say all this, but the BJP also needs to understand they are an opposition still in the state, and after all our defections, which I call Shuddhikaran of our party, because the symptomatic and the asymptomatics ones have already left now. So after our Shuddhikaran, they still need a much higher strike rate to even dream of coming into power in Bengal.
Okay. Tausif, before I come to you and Anirban and Shikhaji, let me quickly go to some of the young, the restless right here. Anyone wants to comment on this allegation that has been made by Saira Shah Halim? Yes, I'll come to you in just a moment. You were saying, you heard what she said. Yes. Who's responsible for the rise of the BJP, and is the rise of a political entity necessarily a bad thing?
No, due to the rise means the rise of BJP is because the unity in opposition index, that is the left has taken the policy that will transfer all our votes to BJP. So that we could not win, let us ensure that Trinamool should lose. That is the point. They have no agenda, they have no ideology at this point. They have allied with BJP and they have made a combination.
This is very interesting. Who is whose B team? I don't understand, because right now it's very interesting. It's very interesting. You speak to any political party and they're quick to call the other person their B team. Who is B team? Who is C team? Yeah, सब लोग मिले हुए हैं.
देखिए,
as Kejriwal says.
देखिए, बी टीम या सी टीम के बात नहीं करूंगा, लेकिन ये खूब बहुत ही साफ है कि टीएमसी और बीजेपी का जो मतलब मेल बंधन है जो हुआ है इस वेस्ट बंगाल में, मतलब आप देखिए ना, आप देखिए कुछ ही दिन पहले ममता जी ने नंदीग्राम की बात की. हाँ, वहाँ पर कौन कौन था उस मतलब लेफ्ट के खिलाफ जो षड्यंत्र हुआ, वहाँ पर कौन कौन था वो साफ हो रहा है. ममता जी ने खुद कहा कि अधिकारी परिवार ने पुलिस घुसाई और वहाँ पर राजनाथ सिंह भी मौजूद थे. तब से बीजेपी का अलायंस था. ममता पहले आके ये बोला कि बीजेपी को फ्रंट में ले आऊंगा और लड़ूंगा. आज बीजेपी की जो नेताएं है वो असल में टीएमसी की नेताएं थी, मतलब टीएमसी के एलुमनाई से आज बीजेपी बन रही है. ठीक है, तो
no, but the same can be said about the TMC also, that the TMC was the alumni of the left, of the Congress, then left, then TMC, and now you have a situation where TMC leaders are shifting to the BJP. But Shikha Mukherjee, you have heard the young, you have heard the veterans, right, who choose to remain young. But what do you think about the prospects of the BJP, realistically speaking? Because you look at the streets, you look at the posters, it's very clear it's a personality clash. Only two people, the personality of Mamata Banerjee and the personality of Narendra Modi.
Absolutely. I mean, what it is boiling down to is not just a personality clash, but the credibility of Mamata Banerjee as a leader who can deliver development vis-a-vis Modi ji, who is also a leader, talking about double engine sarkar and the kind of communal cleansing of the state, which is essential for further development, faster development. So you're getting this kind of binary of two leaders pitted against each other. But at the end of the day, this BJP, emergence of the BJP, it is not organic in that sense, because the BJP has seized an opportunity of a weak opposition space in West Bengal.
So many would say that's politics. Yes, whether it is organic or not, or constructed or construed or picked up from elsewhere, this is politics.
It is politics, but within politics there is something called a base. And that's...
So you're saying they don't have a base in Bengal?
I am saying that their base is still very new.
Okay.
Because the base has come into play really in the last 7-8 years. And this base requires, you need to have a very strong base to build a lot on it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly...
You feel that for the BJP to hit a home run, there is still some time. Is that your assessment?
No, there can always be a fluke.
Okay.
But...
You will call their win a fluke?
I would, yes.
Okay. Before I come back to you, some students, what do you think? If the BJP wins, if that happens, Shikha Mukherjee says that it is going to be a fluke because they don't have a base, they don't have a cadre in here, though the BJP believes otherwise.
Well, first thing is that elections are never won on souk. They can't be won on souk, especially in Bengal. If the BJP wins this year, it will only be because there is a mass exodus of TMC cadres from the grassroots level to the BJP, who are fighting the elections for the BJP. Yeah. And the second thing
So
is...
you're saying elections in Bengal cannot be a fluke, right? Do you hear that, Ms. Mukherjee?
I'm hearing that, but let me...
I'd like to elaborate because if you look at Bengal history, no party has ever come to power in Bengal without a mass movement, without actually... if the BJP comes to power, it will be the first party to come to power in Bengal without embarking on a mass movement. So if that happens, there has to be something happening.
I've spoken to a lot of leaders of the BJP, Anirban, and they say that our action and agitation against Mamata Banerjee is the mass movement.
No, see, BJP is the only party in the country with an agenda that is extremely fascist to the core. They have an agenda to create an unitary society, monolithic society throughout India. They have an agenda which is unlike any other party in India. Each and every party, whether it's the Congress, the TMC or the CPIM or any party of the left, BSP, SP, they have their own kind of politics which is not anti-people. But the BJP is the only party who till date have not participated in any one single mass movement, not just Bengal, all over India. Their only credibility, that is their claim that they are credible for that, is the demolition of a 500-year-old historical monument called the Babri Masjid. Riots all over the country, and that is the only thing they claim credit for. What else do they have? It is a fascist party. It should not win Bengal. I do not know whether they will, but this is not just another election. This is a fight for the soul of Bengal and India.
Okay. Anyone else? So before I come to Tausif, he's left. Anyone else who wants to speak? Maybe some women? Any one of you? Yes. What do you think about who's winning? What's your assessment? What do you think of the BJP?
अगर मैं बोलूँ कि मुझे बीजेपी के बारे में क्या बोलना है तो राइट नाउ आई एम अ स्टूडेंट सो अगर मैं देखूँ कि देश भर में उन्होंने मतलब बीजेपी पावर में आने के बाद एक के बाद उन्होंने अटैक्स किए हैं अगर हम देखें स्टूडेंट के हिसाब से तो जो ब्रिलियंट माइंड्स जहाँ से मतलब आते हैं उन सारे यूनिवर्सिटीज़ को वो लोग अटैक कर रहे हैं क्योंकि वो लोग पढ़ने देना नहीं चाहते सीखने देना नहीं चाहते क्योंकि इसी तरीके से वो अपना जो जाल है वो बिछा सकते हैं लोगों को गलत समझा सकते हैं हम देख सकते हैं बंगाल में भी वो वैसा ही कुछ कर रहे हैं और इससे पहले हम लोगों ने देखा है लेफ्ट जो मतलब 34 इयर्स का जो हमारे लेफ्ट गवर्नमेंट का जो एक स्टेटस है कि वहाँ पे दंगे फसाद नहीं होते थे लेकिन अभी मैं जिस बंगाल को देख रही हूँ लास्ट 10 इयर्स से वहाँ पे दंगे हो रहे हैं और ये हो रहे हैं क्योंकि ममता बनर्जी की सरकार जब आई है उसके बाद से हम लोग देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे वेस्ट बंगाल में बीजेपी इससे पहले हम लोगों ने नहीं देखा था
Can I quickly have a straw poll? How many of you think that the TMC is responsible for the rise of the BJP? Okay. How many of you think otherwise? Okay, maybe if Rakesh can show, there are a few people who think otherwise also. How many of you support the BJP? Okay, that's not a, maybe, the BJP will not like this site, but do,
उसके साथ मैं एक बात जोड़ना चाहूँगा कि आपने मतलब ये रिपोर्टिंग शुरू करने से पहले ही कहा कि बीजेपी के जो कर्मकर्ता है या स्पोक्स पर्सन है आपने
yes, we had, I want to reiterate again, we invited the spokespeople and the spokespersons of the Bharatiya Janata Party and members of the ABVP. As of this moment, they have not shown up. Maybe at the time later in the broadcast, if they show up, we'll represent their view as well. Huh? Sorry?
Please mention they got scared. BJP got scared too. BJP is not in the picture in Bengal because Bengal ideology does not suit with BJP. They are only in the media.
Narendra Modi in Mukti Juddha is in picture.
Exactly so. They are not in picture. They are actually not accustomed to the culture and ethics of Bengal. They don't know about Bengal and they have no leaders. It is only the communist and Mamata Banerjee who is driving the election. There is no face of BJP in Bengal. That is the point.
No face of BJP.
No face. No face. There is no
What
face.
about Narendra Modi?
I tell you, sir. I tell you. They have to bring an outsider. I will not call as a citizen of India. He is not an outsider, but they have to bring somebody from Delhi to drive their election because they are.
Who's that somebody?
Somebody means somebody, either Amit Shah or Narendra Modi or some ministers. See, now Calcutta has become the capital of India, you know, because all the ministers have come over here. The Prime Minister is doing the daily passenger from Delhi to Calcutta. Okay, so that is the fact.
Yeah. One moment. Tausif hasn't spoken. Yes. And
So Sanket, as it just reflected from the views of students present here, this is the sentiment of Bengal, that BJP has proven them.
Many people will say this is Jadavpur University. It has a sentiment of its own, which may or may not be reflective of the larger sentiment in West Bengal. Just adding a rider.
But can you deny or dispute the fact that BJP today is acting like a tourist gang? Can you deny that BJP's election is being run by people coming from outside Bengal, whether they come from Madhya Pradesh or from Delhi or from Gujarat? It is a fact. And therefore, this is something that which people of Bengal has not digested and it has not been taken very well. Let us look at the politicians and political parties from a voter's perspective. Mamata Banerjee is a proclaimed secular leader. She has maintained her stand throughout her career like that. Now take a look at...
How about allegations that she has taken this word secularism a bit too far, to a point where she may have upset the majority community?
See, there are always one or the other thing to argue. You cannot please everyone, but more or less no one can dispute that she is a secular leader. She talks about everyone, not of any particular community or caste exclusively, unlike BJP. Okay. What has left done today in Bengal? Once they went out of power, they have shifted towards BJP. That is something which is in contrast to their ideology.
Sure. Okay, I want to ask one question, Saira, to you. And this also we have heard through the course of our discussions a lot, that the TMC is now trying to be like a softer version of the BJP. Their manifesto is mirroring the BJP. Their appeasement is now mirroring the BJP as far as appeasing to the majority community is concerned.
Okay, I want to ask the TMC spokesperson here. If you look at the election manifesto, there is no mention of what they plan to do with the minorities. Here you're talking about minority appeasement. There's not a single section that talks about the development or what they plan for the minorities of West Bengal. So let me tell you here, they are peddling soft communalism, and they've been accused of engaging in competitive communalism just before the election. For example, one thing the left is that they distance themselves publicly from all kinds of religious practices in the public domain. If they're not going to visit a mosque, they're very categoric that they're not going to visit a temple in public sphere. Okay. What you do in your personal life is your personal business, but do not get it out in the streets. Do not bring your religion out.
Do you think that's the form of, again, another very interesting point, maybe let me go across to a few youngsters, that this philosophy of keeping your religious practices and belief to yourself is, yes, and that is most important. Do you think that this has now changed completely? That people wear their religion on their sleeve and it is okay. That is also a form of secularism. Can that form of secularism be acceptable to you?
See, secularism is great as long as you learn to respect everybody's sentiments. Yesterday was Holi. My daughter had called her friends from different faiths and she hosted a Holi party at my house. So we do Christmas, we do Diwali, we do Eid, we do Holi, we do everything. That is how India should be all about. The issue is the Bharatiya Janata Party, which is making it very divisive, and if you look at the politics, they're not talking about policies.
So the allegation is one religion over another. Okay, very quickly. Yeah, very quickly, and then I'll go to...
You can come, I need a bit of time then. If you want to come around?
Okay, yes.
BJP has only aim of polarizing the vote.
Okay.
There is no other manifesto in BJP's manifesto, only polarizing the vote.
बोलना चाहूँगा कि आप जब पोलराइजेशन का बात बोल रहे हैं ना, आप सब ओपोनेंट बोलता है जो यहाँ का माइनॉरिटी है उसको अपीस किया जा रहा है. एक्चुअली जो ममता बनर्जी का जो असली ट्रू वोटर है, आप देखिएगा तब वो यहाँ का जो वुमेन जो वोटर होते हैं वो ही ममता बनर्जी का असली वोटर है। और आपका मैनिफेस्टो के बात बोल रहे थे तो आप बीजेपी का मैनिफेस्टो कौन मिरर कर रहा है? आप देखिए टीएमसी का जो मैनिफेस्टो है वो बीजेपी ने मिरर किया।
बीजेपी इज मिररिंग टीएमसी इज मैनिफेस्टो।
का रीजन क्यों है मैं बताता हूँ।
हाँ अभी आता हूँ, एक सेकेंड। शी वांटेड टू स्पीक। यस,
आप जो वहाँ पर सवाल कर रहे थे कि बीजेपी और टीएमसी ये जो है असल में ये दो अलग पार्टीज नहीं है। अगर आप बंगाल में देखें तो जो टीएमसी के नेताएं थे, टीएमसी के बर्षियान नेताएं थे, वो अब बीजेपी में ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं। तो ये क्या है? ये उन लोगों का आपस का मामला है कि टीएमसी और बीजेपी दोनों एक और के भाई भाई है। दोनों मिलकर ही पश्चिम बंगाल में जो 34 ईयर की हिस्ट्री है, जो सेकुलरिज्म का ये रहा है पश्चिम बंगाल में, वो नष्ट करना चाहते हैं।
They've altered that. Okay, fine, interesting. So you've heard the views right here of the young. You have heard the views of the restless. Now many people will say that obviously Jadavpur University, people have very strong views this way or that. May not be reflective of the views of the rest of West Bengal. Counting day is going to decide whether what is being discussed right here at the Milandar canteen, Milandar Dhaba, is actually how Bengal feels about the TMC, about the BJP. Thank you very much for watching this special broadcast.